My name is Colin Logatto, and this is an introduction to the blues. Today we are talking about the blues. Right here are all the topics we'll be covering in this video. First up, what am I referring to when I use the term the blues? In this context, I'm referring only to the form of the blues. Now, there is a genre that is based off this form called the blues, which of course you've heard of, but today we are talking about the form of the blues. So this is the form right here. A 12-bar blues is characterized by its usage of 1s, 4s, and 5s. These numbers correlate to chords within a major scale. In the jazz idiom, it is very common for these chords to be dominant 7s. We will get into that later in the video. For the first 4 bars, the rhythm section will stay on the 1 chord. For the next 2 bars, they will switch to the 4 chord. Then back to the 1 chord. Then 5, 4, and 1. And it ends on the 5. This form can be played over and over and over again. Once we begin to apply it to improvisation, all of these numbers will make a lot more sense. So here's the big question. How did this form come to be? In the 19th century, African American slaves on plantations sang folk music, unaccompanied by any instruments. This is what we consider an oral tradition, music passed down not by sheet music, but by repetition and practice. While these slaves weren't musically trained, they took elements of spirituals, hymns, work songs, and country dances to create this form and sound. It's very important to note here that not one specific person is credited for inventing the blues the same way there are titles given out in the jazz world for this. Now, I know what you're thinking back at home. You're wondering, why are we discussing a form that was invented in the 19th century? This form went on to spawn rock and roll, R&B, and eventually the modern pop music we listen to today. No matter if you listen to rap, no matter if you listen to pop punk, no matter if you listen to Taylor Swift on the radio, all of these artists and all of these genres of music are still built on the 12-bar blues today. On the screen right now, you are seeing what is considered an F blues. All those Roman numerals and numbers that I showed you before on the screen now correlate to chords in an F major scale. So what you're seeing on the screen is considered an F 12-bar blues. That is what we will be discussing and improvising over today. Now, I know improvisation may seem like a daunting task. Today I will be showing you the F blues scale in its entirety, but in this video we'll mostly be playing just 3 or 4 notes from that blues scale. If you're feeling a little more inventive or a little more inspired, add a few more notes. Even if they're not from the scale, just play what you feel. At the end of the day, it really is about taking chances, this genre. Everything you're seeing on your screen right now is in concert pitch. The notes we'll be working with today are considered the flat 7th, the root, and the minor 3rd. In a future video, I'll further break down what these numbers mean in correlation to major scales and chords and everything, but for today's video, it's just important to know that those are the notes that we will be playing. All right, grab your instrument and repeat after me. All right, I think you killed that one. Let's add another note if you can keep up. We're going to add the 4th in the key of F, which is B flat. Once again, repeat after me. In a minute, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to trade with me. What that means is I will play for 2 bars and leave 2 bars of space for you at home to jam along with me. This tradition was actually also invented in the 19th century. The idea of this aural music, where trading, going back and forth between 2 soloists, became common practice and actually became a big major aspect of the blues and the jazz blues. So on the top of the screen, that is the F blues scale. Any of those notes work. The notes highlighted in red are the notes that we went over previously. To facilitate the trading, play only on the bars that are blue. Are you ready? Let's kick it. This has been an introduction to the blues. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Keep on practicing those blues scales and look out for some new content.